Right now, it's time for today's Executive Edge. A new cloud storage company is looking to replace your messy filing cabinet at home. FutureVault, which officially launches today, stores and organizes crucial documents, everything from report cards for your kids to bank statements. We have the company's co-founder and CEO, Scott Paterson, who joins us right now. And Scott, thanks for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So let's get into the notion behind this. The idea is that so many of our documents are now electronic, that we get sent, even our kids' report cards, things like that. And unless you have some way of keeping track of it, it just kind of gets lost in the ether.
Well, every day you think about it, we get more and more inundated with documents, the examples you gave. But think about, where's your house deed, where's your life insurance, where are your brokerage statements, bank accounts. And what's happening is that each of these entities are creating their own point solutions. So they give you a link, they give you a portal to go to. And one of my money managers the other day sent a big email. They were so excited. They spent countless hours building this portal. And the reality is, I don't want to go to 40 different portals. Right. I want to go to one spot and be able to have all my information, be able to store and manage it for the rest of my life and have it in perpetuity.
So what happens? You go to the companies or the schools or all of these different businesses and you say, use our portal, and it's an easier point-to-point?
Well, our business model actually is B2B2C. And
what does that mean?
Well, we're going after the financial services organizations primarily. So banks, credit unions, pension funds, mutual funds, unions, accounting firms, law firms, anybody who has a direct relationship with the end consumer. Right now, they're delivering their documents typically in that point solution format. My view and our view as a company is within 5 years, every financial services organization in the world is going to deliver their documents through a FutureVault type product. A secure way of having your documents, part of your branding, part of making the relationship sticky. Obviously, in this FinTech world with all these things from robo-advisors and micro-lending and a whole series of things that are potentially disintermediating the relationship.
B2B to B2B, business to business to customer.
Yeah. You got it.
But what would you do about NERP?
Good old NERP.
Negative interest rates.
I was doing a barnacle. I was doing a gotcha. What would you do?
For president.
No, I know, but what would you do about
I grew up in the brokerage
Aleppo
business. I grew up in the brokerage business.
No, I know, but the way that, and then he knew he wouldn't know, and then he goes, Aleppo, and it was such a so you know what you'd do about NERP?
I'd love to. If you've got an hour, I'd love to give you.
Actually, he did know. I wish you were supposed to not know. I'm going to do it to every guest today, and I'm going to get somebody who doesn't know NERP, and I'm going to ruin their life.
Let me ask you a different question about your business, which is about this disintermediation issue, which is to say there are services like Mint, for example, which aggregates banking information together in one place.
Right.
Most of the banks are or a lot of them are unhappy about it. Some of the financial service companies, including JP Morgan and others, who have tried to throttle it back. They don't want necessarily the relationship to be disintermediated this way. Why are you going to succeed where others haven't?
The horse has left the barn on that one. So that they've already lost that battle. And I'd actually say that what we see on the ground is that the big banks and other financial institutions, they're embracing this change, which is smart. Other industries have missed it. In this case, you're seeing them hire lots of people, spend time on FinTech. They don't want to be disintermediated. So they're really, I think, taking the right steps generally.
Scott, I think that it's a great idea from the consumer's perspective in terms of ease. What concerns me is the security aspect of it. Why should I feel safe having all this stuff here? It's the same reason I don't ever put any important files in one of the things that said this is the shredding bin. Because if I was going to steal information, that's where I'd go.
Well, the first thing we did was say that was table stakes because you're 100% correct. The second thing we did was hire the people. So our CTO is the former CIO of TD Waterhouse, had 3,000 people reporting him. He's recruited a whole team of former bank executive technology people. And love to tell you about our technology with respect to security, but it's 2 levels of encryption, multiple points of security, because that is the game. We don't even know, as employees of FutureVault, what's in your vault.
Great. Scott, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Horses left the barn.
Yeah.
Do you think about toothpaste left the tube? Was that a possible?
Could have been. Yeah, you're right. It's a little bit.
How about genies out of the bottle?
That's good.
Train left the station.
Train has left the station.
Might have been a little more topical. Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, are there more? What about
Joe catalogs?
We'll come up
You
with some
can't
more.
put-
Well, especially since I'm trying to be techie and I gave you a 100-year-old analogy. You're right.
I'm looking through the guest list for these other people that won't know NERP, and I'm going to spring it on one of them. I haven't decided
they're
who.
watching.
What about the Kroger CFO? Do you think he will?
Well,
He might not. I'm going to get one of these guys, and I'm going to just out him. As,
We do live in fascinating times on that issue.
Do we on NERP or on?
Well,
gotcha
just
questions?
the whole negative interest rates. I mean, as I say, I grew up in the brokerage business.
Yeah. Anyway, coming up.